It is a Wednesday, and that means Cedric's in the studio for K-Patch. How you doing, buddy? Looking nice and warm.
Well. Thank you. It has gotten cold the last few days. So
freezing. I think today is the coldest, and then it should get warmer again. But it seems like winter has hit us a little bit early.
Yeah. So I've been dressing a lot warmer.
You've got your big padded jacket over there.
Yeah. This thing is amazing.
Is that something you bought when you were here in Korea?
Actually, my mom bought it for me last year when she visited.
Oh, that's nice. Using the mum's chance. Absolutely. That's the fashionable thing from last year, right? The long padding that comes down in some cases to people's ankles. I've seen, right?
Yeah, I think I'm too tall for that, but it does come down to the knee area, a little past the knees.
Yeah, and I used to look at those when I was back in the UK. The only people that wear those are football coaches, like soccer coaches on the sidelines when it's really cold. And so when I saw it take off here, I was like, that's a bit weird, but it keeps you warm because it's freezing down to your legs. Why should you not cover your legs with padded jacketness? Yeah, it's so good. But I heard, sorry to say this, Cedric, that this year, short padding is the new fashion.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying on some of the news articles. Maybe you can fold it up and just get double insulation.
I might just take my pair of scissors and just kind of
just snip away.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you say, is this a random memory from someone else, that you've sometimes done that with your jeans or something?
I don't think I've mentioned that, but that is something I've done in the past. Actually, I created jean shorts out of old pairs of jeans.
How did they look?
They look pretty cool because you can't tell, if you bought them from the store like that or if you did it yourself. So yeah, it's a good way to recycle your clothes for the upcoming hotter seasons.
Don't cut your jacket yet because I'm not sure how that will turn out. I think jean shorts are a little bit easier to do. Lots of greetings for you from Siska, Yana, Raoul's on board as well. And today, we are talking about inventions for our hashtag, or 발명품. What is an invention that you're so glad is in the world today, Cedric? If you had to pick out one that maybe you couldn't live without. And of course, not smartphones, because everyone said that, yeah.
Yes, this will be somewhat linked to it, but one thing that comes to mind is the camera. The photography camera.
You as a videographer, if you didn't have cameras invented, what would you be doing, Cedric?
Oh, man, I don't know. And here's what I love about the camera. And I'm talking, it could be film, it could be anything. It's just the fact that you can capture a moment in time.
Yeah.
And have it forever. So that's what I love.
If we didn't have cameras, life would be so different. Like, imagine this, we wouldn't have the video radio going out right now.
That's very true.
But when cameras first came out, people used to think, you're getting your soul stolen or something like that if you had your photo taken. And I imagine, the first few times it happened, you must have been like, what is this, devilry? What are you doing to me?
They were huge, and I'm sure people would just sit there and wait for a long time just to get their photo taken.
Yeah, and they used to have that massive flash that you'd have to, only use once or something, and that guy would stand under that black curtain kind of thing.
Yeah.
How we've come so far. Now on your smartphone, you just take a photo. Do you remember the first phones that had cameras on them? Are you of a generation where when you were younger, there weren't camera phones?
Oh,
right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think me and you were the generation where we first saw cell phones come into the common person's hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I do remember probably, I wouldn't say 15 years ago, where the cameras first came into the flip phones.
Yeah, it must have been about that long. And do you remember how bad the first ones were? In terms of how pixelated the images were?
Yeah, I can think back, and some of the older images that I have, they don't compare to what we have today.
The resolution was awful. The first one I remember, it was an Ericsson phone, which used to be pretty popular. And what they did is they came out with a camera, and it was an add-on. So you'd plug it into your phone, and then it would take pictures. But it was basically like someone had drawn your face with a crayon. It was so bad that I regretted buying it. And you couldn't print them out because they were absolutely useless. Yeah, that invention, that's a good one. Zana has sent in another very meaningful invention.
Okay.
I want to thank the person who invented pizza.
Oh,
where would we be without
Zana,
pizza?
I am with you.
What's your favorite pizza, Cedric? Are you into any of these crazy Korean combinations?
I love the Korean combinations. It's pretty hit or miss, depending on the toppings. But I like a good old Italian style margherita pizza.
What's on an Italian one?
So it's just
pepperoni
basically
kind of
cheese, basil, sometimes pepperoni, but with the margherita is usually maybe tomato.
Okay.
With tomato sauce.
Just the plain kind of base. Yeah, it's good to take it back and be simple. But here in Korea, I love some of the crazy things they put on, and sometimes they pack it so much with toppings, like they've got shrimp on there, sometimes they've got lobster and sweet potato and all these crazy mayonnaise sauces. It still tastes good. I know, like, Italian people who are maybe from a family of pizza makers, they might be horrified, but it tastes good. I really, really like it. We're going to get on to today's topic then, Cedric. What are we talking about this week?
So we're going to be talking about getting your hair done and getting your hair cut in Korea.
Okie dokie. Angela's saying, I don't care how good the camera is, I will still mess up the photo. That's why you need someone like Cedric to be behind the camera.
Oh, you're
you
so
need someone trained. You're right. My photos as well turn out awful. So getting your hair cut in Korea, we'd love to get photos of not necessarily you getting your hair cut, because maybe it's too late unless you run to the barbershop now and film it. Maybe just what your hair looks like now. That's totally fine. What your haircut looks like. Send it in to us via Kakao Talk. That's listeners on V Live as well. Search us out there. It's Daily K as our user ID. So we're going to be seeing you getting your actual haircut, right?
You will. So that'll be in the second corner. But the first corner is going to be, of course, my dear friend Becky, who is getting her hair done. So I was able to go with her.
Wait, Cedric. What is this?
Nice
We've got
surprise
a photo
there.
to show everyone.
So,
can we show this photo?
I wanted to show you guys my most unique hairstyle that I've ever had.
Wow.
And so this
How do we describe this to people who can't see this? You must watch this.
I like to call it the lion's mane.
The lion's mane. I can see lots of hair going all around your face, down to like your chin, below your chin even.
Yeah. So the longest it's grown out was probably about 16, 18 inches.
And is this your hair highlighted, or is that just the lighting?
That's the lighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little bit brown, your hair, is it?
Yeah,
Isn't
it gets
light,
a little brown. I think it's with the exposure to the sun, things like that.
Well, it suits you, Cedric.
You think so?
Yeah.
You know,
like maybe not these days, but
I think
retro
I lost some friends over this hairstyle. I mean,
did you just wear it down like that all the time?
I
then?
did.
You didn't have the man bun or anything back then?
No, I was afraid to do it back then.
Goodness gracious. Okay, I think I'm going to have to show some terrible hairstyles that I've had in the past. Maybe my highlighted hair. I'll find a picture and I'll send it in the song break for sure. I don't think that's embarrassing at all. That looks good. Yeah,
I think it looks good too.
All right, so we're going to see Becky getting her hair done.
Right, just at a trendy salon in Hongdae, which is in Seoul. So let's take a watch.
Let's check it out. Oh,
so very trendy, hip.
Doing your phone while getting your hair washed.
That's what everyone does.
I love getting my hair washed at the salon. It feels so good.
That's a unique thing to me.
Yeah, for guys in barbershops, you usually don't get it washed for you, right?
Right.
But yeah, they're so cool and trendy. They use all the latest equipment here in Korea. They got Oh, that floor is amazing. Tiled floors. I've not seen that.
Yeah.
Is this expensive here then?
I don't know how much she paid there, but I think for her hairstyle, it wasn't too bad. She's got it trimmed.
Look at that.
But it looks
like
pretty
a
expensive.
Futuristic salon, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Is this recently?
Yeah, fun fact. This is the day after my eye surgery.
Oh, wow. So your
Hence,
eyes
the videography isn't that great.
Oh, no. Looking lovely.
Yeah, so that's the Korean hair salon, and there are so many different styles of hair salons. Not that I've gone into them, but I'm able to peek in.
Have you not had your haircut at a salon then?
Not at a salon here in Korea. I think I've gone maybe once or twice in my whole life.
So in the UK, guys don't usually go to salons. You might get a bit of stick for it. If you go, your friends will say, like, why being so girly and stuff like this. Terrible gender stereotyping that my friends used to do to me. But yeah, here in Korea, it's much more common for guys to go to salons. Like, you'll see maybe 30-40% of customers being guys.
Right.
Whereas in the UK, maybe like 5% will be guys. So I get my haircut at a place like that for Becky.
Yeah.
I feel bad now because you're saying you go to the manly barbers, right?
Well, no. I think it's cool. Like, there's no knocking of anyone who wants to go there. I think it's cool.
It's really luxurious, I feel. Like, getting your hair massaged, you get like this scalp massage, and you get it washed twice. Like, I go in, and even if I've washed my hair already, before I went to the salon, they'll wash it for me again, just as a kind of service. They'll say in Korea, like a freebie. And they'll put in like this kind of scented conditioner with like mint in it. And I'll have an eye patch put over my face as well when they watch it.
That's fancy.
And it smells as well. They'll like put on like some orange scent into it. And then I'll get my hair cut. They'll dry it and then they'll wash it again. And it'll be like, what's all this needless washing that I love? Like I lap it up. And for me, it's about 20 to 25,000 won, so $20 to $25.
That is not bad at all for all of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, compared to the UK at a barbershop, it is expensive, but I think it's worth it. Like, it's kind of me time. Like, for that 45 minutes that I'm in there, whereas in a barbershop in England, I'd maybe be in there 15 minutes. Like, they just, and then I'd just be out and it would look terrible. But here, they take their time and it looks so good. We've got a lot of reaction to your hairstyles. Leon saying those hairstyles look really cool.
Okay.
Yana's saying it looks so good though, Cedric.
Wow.
Maybe you have to go back.
Where were you guys 12 years ago? Everyone was hating on my hairstyle.
How long ago it was?
Yeah, no, longer. 15.
Was
15
it
years ago.
in fashion, that kind of hair at the time?
Not so much. I always wanted to do my own thing, but I just wanted to see how long I can grow my hair. I've never done it that long. And so,
Randy from Daegu saying, OMG, it looks so good long.
Man.
You're going to have to go back.
I might just do that.
James Carroll saying Moana. You know the god from Moana?
No, I don't.
He's played by Dwayne Johnson. His character's hair is exactly the same now.
Yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I haven't seen it either, but I know what everyone's talking about. That's amazing.
Man, you guys are awesome.
All right, we're going to get Cedric to grow his hair out again, hopefully. Let's get to part 2 after a song from AOA. This is Tambal Mori, Short Hair. Back for part 2 of K-Patch. Cedric is in the studio and we've shown you a video of a really fancy schmancy hair salon here in Korea, which are actually pretty run-of-the-mill. They're pretty normal here and many people will use them. And as we said, for a male haircut, I think it's about $20 on average. Although, the problem, right, I have a great hairdresser. I've been using her for maybe 2-3 years. She keeps getting promoted, and every time you get promoted, you get to raise your prices. Now she's 35,000 won. It's quite expensive. And luckily, I get a discount because I've been there for ages. But still, I was like, stop getting promoted now. She's like the sub-head hairdresser. If she goes to head, I'm going to have to stop using her until she gets demoted. Let's read out some messages, Cedric. Got a load on haircuts.
Yes, the pretty traveler loves her hairstylist in Daegu, and I believe that's Brandy, isn't it?
Yes, it is indeed.
Yeah, she does love, her platinum hair so well and it looks amazing.
Platinum hair. When you get your hair dyed, I've heard it's really difficult to get someone who's like on point with that because it can be difficult, especially for Korean hair. You've got to take out the color first and then add in some dye. It can be a disaster. Noor says, my brother doesn't go to a salon. He only cuts his hair at home. Well, that's something that you've told us you do with the sides and back, right?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing pretty much the whole time I've been in Korea.
It's such a great idea because sometimes it is a hassle to go and get it cut. And as long as you're just keeping it nice and short. And I would suspect, and I hope I don't sound sexist, that if you've got long hair, like girls have long hair, couldn't you just cut it yourself and you don't really notice? I'm sure they'd disagree, right?
I don't know. I will not answer.
I cut my daughter's hair. I've done it like maybe 10 times, but it's because it's curly, you can't really notice little differences. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe that's an advantage, I suppose.
Yes. You
got some more?
Yes. Let's see. Leon says his hair's getting too long. He needs a haircut. Why don't you go get one, man? Why don't you do it yourself? How about that? But he also asks, how much is the average haircut in Seoul? In Singapore, the cheapest you can get is for about 4,000 won.
Oh, that's really cheap, though.
I've never heard anything cheaper than that, actually.
$4. I think at the places there's like this chain of barbers called Blue something. It's maybe around 5,000-6,000 won, I would guess. Yeah, in Seoul. How much have you paid for a haircut here,
well,
Cedric?
I've never paid for a haircut here. The one haircut that I did get, I didn't have to pay for.
Oh, because you like kind of made a video for it.
Yeah.
Clever, Cedric. Some other prices for haircuts around the world. Raul says in Argentina is only about $3. What?
Wow.
Unita says here in Indonesia, my city, there's one that's only 1,000 won. $1. we're getting ripped off here, I feel.
I would get a haircut every day.
Yeah, I think so, right? Cam says $16 to $30 for a buzz cut here in the States. That sounds more like similar prices to here. And Siska says, in front of my house, there's a small salon where it's 3,001 for a cut. $3. For a girl's haircut, that would be so cheap. Because I know girls pay a lot more. I think they get ripped off a little bit.
Right. Yana has a funny story about her brother. There's a barbershop that's very famous near their house, cheap and neat, and he came when there was less people, but his turn didn't come, unfortunately, even after one movie played.
Oh, really?
It's crazy.
You had to stay in there that long?
That is crazy. It must be really famous. Maybe it takes a long time to cut the hair.
I used to have to wait a lot in the UK. When you go to a barber, you just kind of sit in a row, and it's a system where the person close to the barber gets the next go.
Right.
You move up one. But here in Korea, because everything's convenient, they make you book in advance, and you just go straight into like your hair washing extravaganza. We've got some more viewers on VLive as well. Khadija and Sarah, welcome to the show. Milk Bar G says, what is this? I know on VLive there's a lot of idols and superstars from K-pop. We are a Korean culture show and we talk about different aspects of the culture, but don't think it's boring. Today we're showing cool haircuts and Cedric's going to show us his video in a second. But before that, we've got a photo of what my hair used to look like. I could only find this picture because I couldn't find any with highlights, but it was much shorter and I didn't used to do this kind of, what do you call that, like a parting kind of thing over to one side.
Yeah, it looks like you have hair on the sides as well on your little close cut today.
It was just like a little kind of triangle head. I regret having it that short. It didn't suit me at all. I should have had my mum's hair instead. Embarrassing photos from back in the past. I think you win for having a much cooler hairstyle back in the day.
I'll take it.
I've never grown my hair long. I'd like to. Is it not a lot of hassle when it's longer?
It gets hassle, like especially with curly hair. It does get to become a hassle.
Yeah.
When it gets really long. Yeah.
Do you have to
like disadvantage?
Do treatment and conditioner and stuff like that?
Conditioner for sure.
Really?
I probably didn't treat it as well as I could have.
Okay.
But yeah.
McCoy's also on board before we watch our next video from Cedric saying, good morning to all our families in many different districts of the Philippines. God bless and more power. Thank you for that, McCoy. We're going to get to your haircut now,
yes,
Cedric.
This is my haircut at a very trendy barbershop in Gangnam.
Oh, looking forward to seeing this. Oh, it looks really fancy, like kind of retro style.
It is. It's a good fusion of retro
They
and
got whiskey
modern.
in there, a beer.
Yeah.
What, can you drink there as well? A little
can.
bit? Wow. I'm changing my barber. That's really old school barber. Like, I feel that this could be in London from like 50 years ago.
Right. I love what they did with the place. And so if you guys remember, I used to have the man bun.
It's gonna be crazy. You guys are gonna be shocked.
Oh, wow, that was long.
That's pretty long.
That's maybe as long as your hair was in the photo.
Just about. Just on the top of my head, though.
So they even give you a little hair wash here?
Yeah, so that was one of the first times I experienced that.
Cool. Then they flip you around.
Right. I really think he was a little intimidated and didn't know what to do.
What am I doing with this bun?
Right.
It's not common for man buns, I don't think, here, right?
No.
He's taking the clippers.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous because I don't trust anyone with my hair. I just don't. And my texture is a lot different from what they're used to working with.
Sure,
I'm sure,
Korean hair is very similar and homogenous, whereas your hair, it's very different.
All right, here we
So
go.
he's just doing a simple. That's how I cut Ellie's hair. I just grab it in one bunch. Is that what he went for? Just like
That's
that?
it. Of course, he trims it a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm just nervous the whole time, to be honest.
But I haven't been to a place like this in Korea, so I miss the old school barber scissors and clippers and stuff like that. Oh,
And there's the final product.
Nice.
I like the way he styled it. I couldn't really do it after that.
And that was how long ago?
That was, I believe, in April or May.
Okay, so it's grown out to this length now.
Well, I've kept it trim.
You trim the top as well?
I trim the top. And again, because I do have the curly hair, as you mentioned, you can kind of hide the imperfections. So I get away with it.
You did mention that before as well. That looks really trendy. And I think that's been like a thing for maybe 2-3 years, at maximum 5 years. Korea is starting to have trendy barbers.
Oh, okay.
Because before it used to have an image of either you're just an ajashi and you don't really care about your looks, so you go to a cheap barber, or you go to the salon. But now there's that kind of place where you can be a hipster and kind of go there. And it's just for men, I assume, right?
I think so. They do have women barbers, so I don't know if women are welcome. I'm sure women are welcome to come.
But you can have a little drink as well.
Yeah, they have.
Just while you're waiting.
They have different types of drinks. I mean, alcoholic, non-alcoholic.
They sell them there?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
They did offer it to me, but again, I made the video.
Yeah.
Free promotion for them.
Because I've seen one step up from that. My friend went with his friends. It was like a guy's day, and they went to a expensive trendy barber. So to get your haircut there was about $70 to $90.
Wow.
So that's a lot of money. But what you do is they have like a whiskey and cigar lounge before you get your haircut, and then they do the close shave and everything like that, and it's proper like luxurious.
Sure.
And that's meant to be pretty popular these days amongst men who want to like spend some time with bros and that kind of thing. Do you know how much that usually is, that hairdresser you went to?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I think it's probably around 30,000 ish.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, similar then to the salon experience, I guess, because you're paying for it being really trendy. I've seen ones where they've got lots of amazing artwork inside, like graffiti and stuff like that. And then a lot of the barbers that I met or I've seen through the windows have lots of like body art as well, like tattoos and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems to go hand in hand for some reason.
Yeah, it seems to be the trend these days.
Yeah, maybe we can get you to have a tattoo so we can have a video one time.
We'll see.
It's going a bit far.
If enough people want it, I'll do it.
Okie dokie, vote now. Cedric, yes or no for a tattoo? We'll get to part 3. We've got some stuff from our listeners. Continue to send in your pictures of your haircut. We just want to see what it looks like, whether it's nice or not. We won't tease, we promise. We might laugh, but that's just natural. Teen Top's up next with Miss Right, or Kinseng Morikunya, which literally means the girl with the long straight hair. We're back for part 3 of K-Patch with Cedric in the studio. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, Sky Cedi, for a brilliant series going out at the moment. What is the series? Does it have a name?
The series is Stories from the Soul, Soul spelled Seoul, just a play on words there.
Fantastic. Yeah. And you've got a couple of good stories up there. One about an adoptee, one about an interracial couple as well.
And then one about a half Korean radio host coming up.
Coming soon. That's the best one. Yeah. I heard that host is amazing. We'll have to see. I'm sure I can't compete with the interestingness of these stories, unfortunately. They look amazing, though, Cedric. Your videography, as ever, is stunning.
Well, thank you.
Let's get back to today's topic, which is getting your hair cut here in Korea. Loads of messages. One from Kevin. This is an interesting story. There was a curious incident a couple of years ago when a barber shop in West London advertised 15% off haircuts on a sign with the caption "Bad Hair Day" over a picture of Kim Jong-un. He's got quite trendy hair, doesn't he? Short on the sides and backs.
Yeah.
That drew the unwanted attention of one of the shop's neighbours, the North Korean embassy. Oh, dear.
Wow.
Which demanded that the sign be removed. And according to North Korean defectors, barbershops there have a guide for which hairstyles are considered acceptable. Not surprisingly, Kim Jong-un's style tops the list. When you were at school, did you have any like hair guidelines?
No, because I just went to a totally public school. They didn't have any bearing on what we wore or how we wore our hair.
Like a lot of schools in the UK, kind of shows how old-fashioned the country is, do have certain guidelines.
Oh, wow.
Mine was a public school, but it was like a private school. Like it was 500 years old and stuff like this, and they wouldn't let you wear any hair gel. They wouldn't let you have it longer than like your ear or anything like that, and you weren't allowed to cut it as short as mine is as well. Like they didn't let you show skin. So it was really difficult to look trendy and go to school. Luckily, it was an all-boys school. Otherwise, I think I would have really complained.
Right. Angela says, red-colored hair is the best, no doubt.
We call it ginger in the UK a lot of the time. Ginger hair, for that kind of orangey tinge. Have you ever dyed your hair, Cedric?
I've never, ever dyed my hair.
Not tempted?
I've always been tempted. But I've been scared too. And I wanted to do highlights in high school, but I was afraid of getting bullied, and made fun of.
But you were okay with the long Moana god hair?
Yeah, that was post-high school. But I would go back and do it, because I don't care what people think.
Not now?
Now I would probably do it.
What? Let's get Cedric tattooed and dyed hair. The thing about highlighted hair, like I did it, when you've got black hair like us, it looks like it's black as well, or very dark brown like mine.
Yeah.
It kind of goes an orangey kind of browny, reddy tinge rather than proper blonde, when you highlight it. And so as long as you're okay with that color, I think it would look cool. Yeah, I think you should try it.
I might try it. Why not?
When I had it, I used to think this is the coolest thing in the world. When I look at the photos now, all right, I think I look like a terrible loser. But at the time, I was really happy with it. Lenny says in Indonesia, barber shops are popular nowadays. They've made it into a fancy kind of place. And Nur also says that Malaysian barber shops are now hipster styles. Just a simple haircut will take you 30 minutes. Yeah, I feel like sometimes they deliberately take ages and go over the same places again and again with the scissors just to feel like you're getting a good service.
Right. Leon says he usually goes to random shops to get his hair cut, but change places when he's not satisfied with the haircut. It's funny because I've always been the one who would stick to a place for years and years.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like having a hairdresser who knows my style because no matter how many pictures you show them or something like that, they will take a bit of time getting used to what you want and you have to give them more directions. And I just find that a real hassle. So the last hairdresser I had in Korea, I had her for 7 years and then she got pregnant and had a family. And I was like, no, think of me. But she said her kids were more important, apparently.
Oh, man.
Yana's saying, my siblings have this auntie where she cuts our hair since we were kids and we go to her house once a year. Now she's a granny and she still cuts our hair. Have you ever done that? Like in the UK, there used to be some amateur hairdressers who just cut it at their house and you'd go over there. My mum's friend used to do that for me.
My mom used to go to a place like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do
remember that.
Common in the UK. Korean people do that to other Korean hairdressers in their community as well. It can be cheaper as well, I think.
Yeah. Zana says here most men goes to the barbershop to cut their hair and they would end the haircuts with a snap on the neck. Wow, that sounds great.
Wow.
Something like a massage.
I guess, yeah.
It's a good thing, but she's saying she's scared. So.
Like a finishing move,
I guess so. I mean, I would take that. That sounds really cool.
Here in Korea, I don't know if the barber did it, but my salon, they also give you a neck massage while they're washing your hair. It's so nice. And I'm always like, just do a little bit more. And they'll say, 헹구고 싶은데 더 없으세요? Which means do you want anywhere washed more or anything else done? And I feel bad saying yes, so I'm always like no, but I just wish they'd do it. One more message from Unita.
Yes, she says, I once went to the 3001 one. Nothing's different, so back to 1001. Every time I need to do a haircut.
Yeah, I guess if you're not getting anything extra for the extra money, then why pay more?
Right.
Mylena's on board from Brazil saying, I've never cut my hair myself. I don't think it's that common to do, but if you can save a lot of money. You can do it exactly as you want, as Cedric has attested to today. We got some listener stuff to show you now. Siska is on board from Indonesia saying, I asked my hairdresser to take this video for me because I didn't have a plan to do my hair soon, but I did it for the show. Let's check out Siska's first video. We're just lining it up for you now. A short view of the hair salon where you used to go and get your hair cut or treatment as well. Oh, it looks kind of similar, a bit more basic than the one you showed us with Becky.
Yeah, very minimalistic.
Yeah.
But it looks nice. Looks clean.
That is nice, isn't it? Yeah. In Korea, when it gets busy, though, and it's packed in there, it can get really hot because everyone's drying their hair and then using these kind of things for perming. I often end up sweating, so I'll go in a T-shirt most often.
And usually there's that perm smell.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. And at our salon as well, I don't know if at Becky's, they always offer you a drink for free, like an ice Americano or something like that. And even if you're hungry, they give you toast with brown sugar on it. I don't know why it's that dish in particular, but my kids love eating it there. Oh, this is Leon getting his hair cut in Jakarta before. It looks good.
I like it.
And your hairstyle dyed like a purpley pink. Isn't that ombre style where it's done at the ends? And this was different hairstyles. Looking nice. I like Leon's hair as well.
It's very cool.
Do you ever do that, Cedric, when you have been to the hairdresser, taking a photo and say, I want it like this person's?
I think the only time I've done that really was this past haircut.
Okay.
The video you just saw. Yeah, and it was nothing like the photos that I showed, but it
were
turned
they
out...
photos of you?
No, they were just random models.
And it didn't turn out like them at all?
No.
Yeah, that, I think, puts pressure on the hairdressers. I don't think they like it because they'll then see the finished product and they'll realise, oh, it's not the same. I've done that, though, to good effect a couple of times because my hairdresser kept not doing it as short as I wanted. And she was like, this is the shortest. So I showed her some photos. And I'm like, well, this looks shorter. Surely this exists. And she was like, okay, I'll do it reluctantly. Lenny has sent in her photo. Is this your haircut? Oh. I'm sure that's when you were younger as well. It's not just the haircut that makes you look like that. Is that short hair? But that's more just because you're young, Lenny, I'm guessing, because even girls have really short hair when they're little. So when I see my kids from their baby photos, they both look like boys, whereas one is a girl. So that's a lovely, cute photo, Lily. Were you good at the hairdressers when you were little, Cedric? Because some kids hate it and cry a lot when they go.
Yeah, I think I used to cry when I went to the barbershop, but they, in the States at least, they would always give the kids candy.
Oh,
like
really?
a lollipop. So.
Oh, that's nice. They don't do that in my salon. I guess it's not geared for kids. But one cool thing they do have for kids to calm them down in some salons is they will let you sit in a car. Mm-hmm. It's not just a barber's chair. There's a little car, so you've got a steering wheel in front and everything, and it kind of distracts you. And they'll play on the TV in front of you, like Pororo or something like that. Mm-hmm. Mylene also saying, I once cried, but it was because I got my hair cut really short and didn't like it. Oh, the hairdresser must feel awful if that happens as well. You get your hair cut and you're
Talk about pressure.
Bawling your eyes out. And this is one from Yana saying it's your nephew, and look what a bad mood he is in. Not looking very happy. Yeah, kids don't usually like it. I think we've got another picture as well. If we go to the side, producer. It's the wrong way, I believe. The moody photo is...
There we go.
Not looking impressed, is he? He's got pretty long hair, though. That fringe is amazing. Thank you for all of your photos today. Cedric, next week, you're going to be jetting off somewhere.
Yes, I'm going to France, unfortunately.
Unfortunate, all the way to France. What are you going to do?
On a business trip. And so I've got a friend that you guys are familiar with that will be taking my place next week.
Nice. And the theme we're thinking of doing is fashion.
Right. Okay. We will confirm that, but it'll have to do with fashion, likely.
Okie dokie. Have a great time in France. Come back safe and sound in a couple of weeks, Cedric. Thanks for today. We'll get some Kongirobi and Yura. My hair is green. 나의 머리는 녹색.